Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Calendar for Thursday the 7th and Friday the 8th of December 2017 as we head into the last 3 weeks of the year after this. Next week is already options expiration for December. Amazing. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market futures form. Not much new to say here. We did complete a 9-bar startup phase, and then we've dropped just a little bit off the highs on the S&P. That's not where the real story is. Let's go through the major indices, then we'll look at the intraday action from the last 2 days. I apologize, I was sick last night and I wasn't able to put up a preview. Here's a look at crude oil, down on Tuesday, back up 14 cents on Wednesday to 56.10. Gold down 90 cents on Wednesday, looking to crack. Actually, it's got an inverted cup and handle, looking to crack the lows since August. S&P cash literally lost 0.30, not much of a move there. NDX was up 27 after being down the day before. It's going to be that intraday action that's interesting. The SOX up 3. Biotech's down 20.29, coming near the lows. And by the way, if we crack those November lows, that's also an inverted cup and handle. That takes us into June levels on the biotechs. The VIX actually lost 31 cents, but it's down to 11.02. That kind of movement's just kind of noise. 10-day moving average on the trend is 0.97 because we had a 1.39 reading today and we had a 1.5 something yesterday. So that really kept that moving average from moving down into the 0.85 sell signal territory, which is interesting. NASDAQ volume was 1.9 billion at the close. That's the lightest in a while. It really wasn't that interesting. Advanced decline ratio was very negative the last 2 days. Negative 933 on the NASDAQ. It was worse the day before. On the New York on Wednesday, negative 431. It was worse the day before. And that's after gap running up early in the day. Google up 13 on Wednesday. Apple down 63 cents. Amazon up $10.78. Remember, there's a 13 sell signal in place there. Netflix up $1.09. Not a big deal. Tesla up 9.56. That one did bounce a bit. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up 44 cents. And Goldman Sachs, which was leading the rally a week ago. Remember, talked about that day where it had a 13 sell signal. It's really sold off from that sell signal. Then it had a big, strong push up. It actually got above the risk line and tagged a green. It's amazing. A green prior static trend line, but it did not close above that pink risk line. So that 13 sell signal is still in place on Goldman Sachs, and that is one of the stocks holding up the market right now. All right, let's take a look at the intraday action so we can catch up on the last 2 days. So here's the ES. You can see on Tuesday we opened flat, kind of moved up just ahead of lunch, then came back down. Dead flat. We're still even coming out of lunch, and then we slipped a little in the afternoon. And then Wednesday, tiny gap down, very early back and forth action. Really didn't do much. We were still even going into lunch and basically closed even, as I said, only down 0.3. The story is really on the NASDAQ side. Here's what the NASDAQ futures did. So they, on Tuesday, sort of gapped down a little bit and then rallied hard and pushed all the way up over Monday's highs, but then sold off and came all the way back to about even for the day. And then again, another one, we gap down and we push up. The buyers are trying to come in and buy the gaps, but they're not holding the stocks up after that. That's what's so interesting. So the last couple of days on the NASDAQ is really net nothing, and the week is down. Let's take a look real quick. Economic data that's left for this week, including Thursday and Friday. So on Thursday, we have Challenger job cuts at 7:30, the weekly unemployment claims an hour before the bell, Natty Gas an hour into the market, consumer credit at 3 p.m. Friday's the big one. They got the unemployment number with the non-farm payrolls. That's once a month. That's a big number, obviously, that can cause a gap. And then University of Michigan sentiment, wholesale inventories in the morning as we were on into the close on Friday for the weekend. And then next week, like I said, options expiration. Here's the other thing. This is the week where we are rolling futures contracts. So on Thursday, this is what's going to muck up the market the next couple of days and usually does. Thursday will be the last day that they trade the December contract. Then we move to the March 2018 contracts, and that's where they'll be trading on Friday. So that roll kind of takes the big players out of it. Usually it keeps the market from doing much, but we'll see. You never know with everything going on in the world. So we'll be on the H8 contracts by Friday. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday and a good weekend.